Good morning, and thanks so much for tuning into the trade setup right here on BQ Prime. I'm Neeraj Shah, and you know that the going seems to be a bit of a risk on when oil is up, gold is up, equities are up, tech is up, and the dollar index is down, and that's the template that is currently playing out in the market. So if you just look at what the U.S. markets did, Nasdaq had a fabulous move in trade yesterday. Down not as much, but Nasdaq most certainly 1.58% higher. And the big news of the day, the dollar index is sub 100. Sub 100. I mean, this is a move of epic proportions, if you will. 99.38 for the dollar index. That is really big. Volatility was steady. In fact, if you just look at the other impact that has happened is the 10-year yield has corrected quite significantly from where it was 2 or 3 days ago, right? We are talking about a number northwards of 3.76 currently. Theory of peaking out of inflation. I have no idea whether it is premature or otherwise, but well, it does seem pretty strong. And that's what's resulting in both the dollar index and the 10-year yield doing what it is. If you watched Alpha Moguls day before yesterday, I think Swanand Kelkar was making this point. This whole theory of um, peaking out of the dollar index has meaningful implications for activity in the non-US markets as well. Now, India, of course, has rallied quite a bit, and that is to be kept in mind. But the going is good for the other markets, and we shouldn't be complaining. The GIFT Nifty should be indicating maybe a flattish start to marginally higher. I don't know, I haven't seen it in the morning. Yep, flattish 19,548. So that shouldn't surprise anybody. Now, what's the trade setup therefore for the day today? That's the key question, right? I think volatility back at higher levels as distribution is seen. Now, viewers, the point is you can the nomenclature can vary from distribution to profit booking to selling seen at higher levels. But what you're effectively seeing all of the last 4 days is that the Nifty makes an attempt, or the last 5 days, Nifty makes an attempt to go higher. And whether it ends in the red or whether it ends in the green, it is seeing selling at higher levels. 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, I got you this, excuse me, got you this call and put options concentration at 19,400, and I think that's where we kind of seem to be drifting towards and staying towards. Now the global tailwinds are strong on the dollar index being lower than 100 and the tech rally. Could it help our markets today? Maybe. The only point is, I think there are some people who are making this point about software not buckling on bad news is an indication that bottom has been formed. I don't know if that is an indication, to be very honest. Um, uh, Part one. Part two, even if it's an indication that there is not too much of selling happening from IT here, because I mean, foreigners have all through and through sold out of IT. I don't think there is too many overweight positions out there per se. But that doesn't mean that people will start buying into it immediately. In fact, yesterday we were talking to Mrinal Singh of Incred, who mentioned that a couple of quarters down the line, you never know, IT might actually come back. And viewers, frankly, yeah, let's more of this plate. Frankly, if you just look at what HCL Tech's commentary, for example, is saying, right, horrible first quarter, but 3 straight quarters wherein they believe that CQGR growth could be between 3 to 4.5%. Now, this is not a small 100 crore company which doesn't have history talking about the guidance ahead. This is a large company uh, which would be saying it with some bit of responsibility about what they will be able to do at the end of the year. Because otherwise, if they could prove wrong, it isn't great news. So I suspect that the delivery from some of the IT majors towards quarter 3 maybe could actually turn out to be pretty strong. So that's to be watched out for. It's not a day with Herculean news flow, so that's to be kept in mind. And to be very honest, I'll ignore the FI numbers in trade yesterday because there was index rebalance. So I'm not even getting that number out here today. Kind of misleading. But the stocks to monitor in the session today. Small list, but an interesting list. So Wipro, first up on everybody's radar, right? Oh, sorry, actually, sorry. Can I just fill in on the numbers today, results today? Include a JSW Energy, Bandhan, CCL Products, Just Dial, and VST Industries. Now, Interesting names, especially after Federal Bank yesterday. Bandhan Bank becomes important. CCL products, steady as she goes. Can they actually see a top line uptake, even though it doesn't really impact their numbers per se on coffee prices because they're a converter? But still, could there be a strong top line growth? Could be watched out for. And Just Dial, especially after what brokerage note said 2 days ago, just ahead of the numbers of an upgrade. The stock has rallied a little bit. Can it deliver on the numbers? Let's wait and watch. Now let's get to the stocks to watch. Wipro is the first one. The um, the numbers revenues at 22,831 versus 23,190. The estimated was 22,992. So almost in line with estimates is Wipro. So no big changes there, at least on Wipro's revenue uh, performance. EBIT margins at 15.14 versus estimated 15.7, a bit of a miss there. As a result, consequently, net profit down 6.63% to 870 crores, estimated 2989 crores. So certainly a miss there for Wipro. Now, the last 5 days, Wipro has been pretty flat at 394. It's trading, well, just about 0.21% relative to what it was 5 days ago. I was trying to see if I can get you some brokerage notes on Wipro. So yeah, so Jeffries has an underperform, a target price of 335. They talk about how the Q1 results have missed estimates, mainly due to lower than expected revenues. Deal wins were soft as well. Q2 growth guidance range of -2 to +1 and a sharp headcount decline is not comforting. They have lowered the revenue estimate by 1-2% and cut the earnings estimates by 2 to 3%. They expect Wipro to deliver 6% earnings CAGR over FY 23-25, and maybe post the buyback, focus will shift towards organic growth, which remains muted. So not the best of notes. Bernstein has a similar uh, underperform rating with a target price of 321. Suffice to say, no matter what people may thinking, but IT might have a soft start today. If not the whole pack, Wipro most certainly. Then Angel One, um, revenues from operations up about 18%. EBITDA margin staying steady. Net profit up 22% at 220 crores. The estimates were 235 crores. I must say, for a stock which got clobbered in line with what some of the others did, Angel One has bounced back quite admirably as a stock, as a performer in the quarter. You you have to admit that there are not too many complaints that you can have with what Angel One has delivered in the quarter. So that is maybe good news. The bad news is that Angel One, in line with maybe the other stocks as well, has gained about 13-14% in the last 1 month. Current price of 1757 relative to what it was, say, 6 months ago, relative to what it was 1 year ago, 1 month ago, is pretty strong. Maybe bulls could argue that there should have been something more. At least people who are bullish on Angel One could argue that maybe they could have delivered something more. But I think an 18%, 22% uptick, uh, largely in line, I would second. Except, I mean, the revenue, of course, much better, but just saying. So that's the good part on Angel One. Revenue numbers look okay. JBM Auto will supply 5,000 electric buses to state transport undertakings in Gujarat, Haryana, Delhi, Telangana, and Odisha, amongst others. So positive news for that one. Railway Vikas Nigam being bagged a letter of award worth 808 crores from NHAI for rehabilitation and upgradation of some part of the National Highway 53 in Odisha, project to be executed in 24 months. So interesting there. And there's a note from ICICI Direct on Nifty when we talk about technicals, and they have reiterated a structural bullish stance on the Nifty with a target price of 21,000 over the next 6 to 9 months, with a strong support at 18,200. They say they expect the rally to be non-linear with intermediate corrections of 5 to 7%. But interestingly, as far as seasonality goes, they are saying that the third calendar year of each of the past 4 decades, and we are in the third calendar year actually, has been positive with median returns of 18% for the Nifty. So, well, it's certainly constructive on India. Uh, let's see, we've done quite well already. Is there more in store? Can we actually hit 21,000? in this calendar or pre-election is the key question. Let's wait and watch. Time will tell. If I missed out on any news, let me just quickly figure that out before I um, tell you. Yeah, I think GMR Power has bagged about 9,000 crore order for smart meters, so that could be okay. And we've already spoken about JBM Auto. Eris Life Sciences, HDFC Mutual Fund adds some shares, 13.5 lakh shares. So do watch out for that one. And a lot of newspaper articles today on made in India. You know, Tata Sons board visits Hosu and Bengaluru plants as the group fine-tunes the chip plans. Xiaomi is in talks with Dixon and others for India-made phones. Tesla battery supplier Panasonic is in talks to set up a plant in India. Yesterday at the India Opportunity Summit, Saurabh Mukherjee was talking about one of the largest machine plants in the world coming up in Hosur. So, well, lots happening in terms of made in India. Hopefully, the juggernaut continues. Interesting set of conversations today on VQ Prime. So 9:30, we'll talk to Taimur Bey, who is MD and Chief Economist of DBS Group Research, on his macro insights note. So that's a conversation that is coming up at 9:30. At 10 a.m., Shankar Sharma of G Quant Investec talks about small caps. You know, it's a it promises to be a conversation that will be really good, especially in light of the fact that small caps have been the buzzword in the last few weeks, if not quarters. Thanks so much for tuning into the Trade Setup viewers. Have a fantastic day and a great weekend ahead. And I urge you all to try and catch some snippets of the India Opportunity Summit yesterday. There's some brilliance around what to bet on and how to bet on in two disparate conversations, one with the previous three panels on what to bet on, and then how to bet on with Manish Chokhani and Ramdev Agarwal. You might want to tune in for some of those.